All right. So officially, good evening, guys. It's a pleasure to see you all here. So my name is Solon. I am your host tonight. And well, tonight we're going to talk about difficult conversations. So I hope you enjoy the conversation, and you can teach me a little about this topic. Because I am not good at having difficult conversations. So I believe that in this conversation, I'm going to be the one who will get more benefits from it. So as I told you, my name is Solon. I am a host here on Chanting since March of last year, and I really appreciate coming here and trying to improve my English with you guys. And it's always a pleasure to be here with you. So before we start, I'd like to hear your names. I'd like to hear the weather of where you are right now. All right. And I don't know, one good thing that happened to you this week. All right. I'm going to start. I am in São Paulo. So here it's kind of hot, but not raining or anything like that. And something that happened to me good this week, I got promoted at my work. So, congrats for myself. And I really appreciate that. And I'd like to hear from you guys. Please, Larissa, go ahead.
Hello, guys. I'm Larissa. I'm 25 years old. I'm an architect. I've been here on Talk and Talk since last year, almost a year. And the weather here in Rio, it's weird these days,
Why?
but because every day is too hot during the day and in the end of the evening, usually raining. So
Oh, yes.
it's weird, but today it's okay. It's not raining right now, so I prefer this weather.
Nice. And tell me something good that happened to you this week.
This week I made my, I don't know how can I say, but it's pre-wedding. It's
Nice, sweet.
I take photos for my wedding, so
Nice.
that's it.
And when are you getting married?
In May.
In May. Are you going to travel for your honeymoon or something like that?
Yes, we will to go into Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires. Ah, wonderful. How long are you going to stay there?
Uh, 5 days, I guess, for
Oh,
5 days and 4 nights.
all right, that's really, really nice, Larissa. So congratulations. I hope you really enjoyed taking those photos because I know it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And well, that's really nice. Let's go with you, my friend Marcio. Tell me, man, how is the weather there? And I don't know, something good that happened to you this week. Tell me, go ahead.
Everyone, my name is Marcio Nunes. I'm 44 years old. I live from my city, Linhares, in the state of Espírito Santo. Here, very, very hot every day because my state is complicated situation. Some moments very hot, another moment is a lot of rain last year. Here complicated about Floyd because several rains during 2 months last year. But this weekend, end of summer in the Brazil, because next week starts next season
Oh,
fall.
I'm really bad with that. I don't know. What is the next of summer, guys?
Yes, at this weekend, finally the summer.
Nice, nice.
Another season and next week, fall, autumn, fall.
Oh,
I
okay, really nice.
yes, I wait here in my state a little temperature for we live more comfortably. That's
Okay,
it.
nice, nice. And tell me, Marcio, something good that happened to you this week.
Week, for me, a great week about tomorrow continues, but this week I study a lot. My graduation administration, I accomplished several tests this week. About English, I participate every day, one or two meeting with
Whoa.
us TNT. Yesterday, I participated 3 times.
Whoa, that's really nice, man. You are a great talker, and it's always a pleasure to have you here. I hope you continue coming and improving your English, but you're doing a great job. Thank you very much, Marcia. And now let's go with you, Gabriel. Please tell me, man, where are you right now? Is it raining? Is it cold? And something good that happened to you this week? Go ahead.
Okay, so hello guys, my name is Gabriel. I'm 30 years old and I am a software engineer. I have 10 years in this area and I am here because I need to improve my English. So I live in São Paulo, Brazil, and I can talk about my week, right? So my week have been so great for me, but so hard in the same time. So this week, my days was keeping long day for me. I can start my day at 7 p.m. 7 a.m. and they finish at 11 p.m. in the my last hour is my English practicing, and it is hard, but it is so maintaining this consistency is so hard for me, but I got it. And so for now it's my challenge. It's maintain this routine.
Okay, no, this is good, man. I feel it's really, really good because you are tired, you woke up really early, and you still come to the English conversation. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for this. And okay, let's go with you, guy. I don't remember your name. I'm sorry, and right here it's not written. So please say your name and go ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
Oh, sorry. Oh, my name is. I'm in São Paulo. It rained a lot here, São Paulo, until Tuesday. Rainy cats and dogs here. It was very difficult for some towns. And we are so anxious for this week. On Saturday, we will have our sixth grandson, a girl.
Whoa, nice.
A girl Saturday. Our grandson, Tyler, she will show up for us on 7.
Okay, this is good. This is good. But just one thing I couldn't understand quite right. What's your name again? I could not listen.
Newton.
Newton, thank you very much, Newton. I could not hear before. But okay, that's good. That's good. You are going to have a grandchild. And Talia, beautiful name. Beautiful name. And right, really nice guys. But just one thing that I forgot, just for you guys on YouTube, I'm going to explain how TNT works really quick. Okay, so TNT is a conversation platform. We have English and other languages. It's going to work for beginners, intermediate, and advanced English speakers. I'm going to remind you this is not a class. And how does it work? We have a topic, especially tonight we're going to talk about difficult conversations. and I bring some questions around this topic and we can discuss. Our philosophy here is to talk as much as you can. Be respectful, don't correct anyone, and enjoy it, you know? So as you can see, we are live on YouTube, and if you want to have access to classes or other conversations like that, you just need to go to talkandtalk.com.br. And that's it, guys. I'm going to send the questions here on the chat. If you can see that, if you can see them, just give me thumbs up, all right? Let me just copy and paste here, just 1 second. All right. Yes, I sent the questions. Can you see them? All right. Okay. Thank you, Larissa. So I brought this topic because I don't know. I always have this difficulty when talking about specifics, you know, like discussing a relationship or talking more serious with a friend or with your brother or with your parents. So I think it's really important to have difficult conversations, you know. So I'm going to start with the first one. What are you afraid of in difficult conversations? What you worries you most? Well, in my case, I'm kind of afraid of getting a fight, you know? Like we are having a difficult conversations and then people start talking a little bit louder and louder. And when you see you're cursing each other and when you see it's like a physical fight, you know? I'm really afraid of things like that happening. So I don't know. I try to avoid difficult conversations, but I'd like to know from you guys. Let's go with you, Newton. You are an experienced man, so tell me, what are you afraid in difficult conversations?
I didn't, sorry, Cesar, I didn't get about the intention of the question.
All right. Let's do like this. We are in a difficult conversation. It can be about your job, about your family, about any situation. It can be in the transit in your car, you know. What are you afraid in difficult conversations? For example, I am afraid of getting in physical fights, you know, because the conversations are going to hit a little bit. We're going to discuss, we're going to shout at each other, you know. What are you afraid, or you are not afraid at all of having difficult conversations? Tell me.
Okay, I got now. I'm afraid of to in difficult conversations to hurt someone, to hurt
Nice.
someone with a word and not properly in the moment or intention of a word, and it can hurt someone. In my opinion, I'm afraid of this. Mm, Someone that don't understand what I like to say in a deep conversation to hurt someone.
Yes, it's really important because there is that saying that words hurt a lot, you know, like you can say something and this person can get like with her feelings hurt and they can, oh, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. And especially hard to do this when you're talking with your relatives, with your family, with friends. And yes, I know this feeling, Newton. What about you, Larissa? What are you afraid of in difficult conversations?
In the first time, I try to avoid difficult conversation because I don't like to fight, you know. Of course,
Yes.
sometimes I need to discuss about some topic and uh, I don't know, but I try to not fight and I have a little afraid to raise my voice, you know. I don't like
Yes, yes.
do this. Um, that's my worry.
Okay, yes. It's really interesting this because when you are having a difficult conversation with someone, both of you are talking like calmly, and then your voice starts to get louder and louder and louder. And when you see you are yelling at each other, you know, and it's really crazy. I know this feeling, Larissa. And what about you, Gabriel? What do you think? What are you afraid in difficult conversations?
In my case, I am so afraid with my English speech sometimes because I would like it sounds when it is can sound like more natural and more it is sounds like more confidence. I prefer follow this away, and my main difficult for my English speech it is building the new sentence before for to talking about the some topics and speak it very well, and when it sounds like more natural, and it's so difficult for me sometimes. I have practicing it for make it better, but I can fight for myself with this topics. When my vocabulary it's hard, it is so difficult too because I have thinking, and I am able for lost, and it is, and I am fight more and more and over, and
Yeah.
it is hard.
Okay, nice. Gabriel brought a different approach, like when you don't have the a good vocabulary, it's kind of hard to discuss with someone. Imagine you're having a conversation and it gets like a little bit of a hard conversation. It's hard to do this, but imagine doing this in other language, like you don't have the proper amount of vocabulary. You cannot express yourself in a natural way like you would do in Portuguese, for example. So yeah, Gabriel, I know this feeling. It really sounds really hard. And what about you, Marcio? What are you afraid of in difficult conversations?
So, in my opinion, I afraid the difficult conversation you said about fight physical, because the fight physical is uh, can have several consequences. Nowadays, I have more experience about conversation on other people, but in my case, uh, when difficult conversation, I prefer silence, because I don't, I forgot to prolongar this situation hard. Sometimes happening the fight, or I forgot, offenses, verbais, will complicate this the question. And my afraid is physical fight.
All right, I totally understand you, man. Because I am a really tall person. I have almost 2 meters, so I don't get in a lot of fights because people think that I know how to fight, but I don't actually. So I'm really afraid of that, getting a discussion, and the guys are going to say, no, we're going to fight, and oh, come on, I don't want to fight. And I know this is kind of hard. But let's go straight to question number 2. Let's go with you, Larissa. You said you try to avoid having difficult conversations, but what do you do when you need to have these difficult conversations? Like you cannot skip, you cannot avoid. How do you react? How do you talk in a situation like this?
And the first time I try to stay calm and try to relax. I know it's hard, but I try to stay my voice um, in the same level. I don't know how can I say this.
Yes.
And but I like to think too much my arguments before before this conversation, because I I like to prepare myself to this situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. So nice. And I don't know, what about you, Gabriel? What do you do in a difficult conversation? You cannot avoid, you need to have this conversation. what's your strategy? What do you do? How do you talk? Tell me.
Okay. In my case, I use it, and I like it to use some strategies, and the same strategies I use it for talking about some topic and make a presentation in Portuguese too for the public speaker person doing. I use some strategies when I can able for to make breath and keeping it and maintain it in my mind when I I am to speaking
Yes.
and then it is um I see it is so great for me, this maintaining the strategy, and I like looking for to the eyes and the persons when I am just speaking. So let me see. Yeah, I think this main strategy in making breath it's the so importance for speaking for the other people's with the other people's.
Okay, really nice. I really appreciated your strategy because you said you look into the eyes of the other person. I think it's really important because it shows that you respect that person, but you stand for yourself. I really appreciate this strategy. Let's talk with Newton. He's cold right now. He puts on his coat. So tell me, Newton, what do you do in a difficult conversation you cannot avoid? What's your strategy?
My strategy normally I intend to talk in a smooth way in order to to talk to another person that you have to have an agreement and have an agreement and, and to understand that each other. Um, I in order to avoid fight or um, words that's so hard for each other. And talking to take an agreement in this moment, not to put fight on the conversation, not um, to I don't know the right word, but to worst the moment.
All right, nice. So we have Larissa that she said she doesn't raise her voice and she thinks a lot before talking. We have Gabriel that said that he looks into the eye and stands for himself. We have Newton that said that try to stand for himself, not trying to piss off the other person. What about you, Marcel? What's your strategy when talking in a difficult situation with someone else?
So my strategy about the difficult conversation, I have two strategies. The first, I looking for the silence because several times another person stop the conversation about not answer the conversation. Another strategy I use, I like to change subject about the difficult conversation about one subject. I looking for to change the subject because I need to stop the difficult conversation. In my case, I use this strategy. I like the
No, come on, Marcel, you're cheating. You cannot do that, you know, because imagine it's a difficult situation you need to solve, and you're okay. Let's talk about something else. Come on, man, you need to solve the problem. It's kind of hard, But let's go to question number 3. You know, you talked about your strategies of having difficult conversations, but let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of these situations. For example, let's take your strategy, Newton. You said you try to think a little bit, you try not to piss off the other person. How did it go in real conversations you had? How was the outcome? Was it okay? The other person understood your point, or you got into a fight? How was it for you? Tell me.
I think this my personality. I don't know my kind. I remember I was involved in a car crash.
Yes.
And
This one a good example.
boy crashed my car. I That's very strange. Very strange. When I went out for my car, the boy thought, "Oh my God, they maybe he's so angry. Maybe he's well." So I approached of him and pointed the car, and I didn't talk hard words. So he in that time he was so amazing with the that I don't put hard words. I didn't. My God, xinguei. Xingarei.
You didn't curse the other guy.
We have a agreement by that time. She paid my everything with my car, and we be friends. And by that time, very good friends until now.
This is nice. It was like a critical situation, and you made a good friend in that situation.
Yeah.
Really nice, Newton. You're a great pacifist. You know, I really appreciate that. But let's hear Marcel's strategy, because he said, "Oh, I tried to change the subject. I tried to talk about other thing." Tell me, Marcel, how was the outcome of difficult conversations using this strategy? Go ahead.
I see advantages the strategy because several times I get stop the conversation.
All right.
Several times I need to stop because the conversation is a bad situation. I don't the situation. I avoid because nowadays we have several difficulties in our life. Yet to meet another person, several problems and difficulty conversation with me. My strategy, my advantage, stop the conversation. Another question, some disadvantage or risks, not working in the situation physical fight, but I don't this physical fight, but some situation can happen, but for me, never physical fight.
Okay, okay. It's good to hear that, but it's a big risk, you know, because if your strategy does not work, then you are going to get in the fight, man. I don't want to be there. Okay. Really, really dangerous. Let's hear from you, Gabriel. What you said you look into the eye and you stand for yourself. Tell me, does it work for you? It doesn't work. What are the disadvantages? What are the advantages? Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of difficulties, and I am able for say the new list for you, but the main difficult for me, and I have trying, and I need to can do better. It is when I don't know there's a new word or the new sentence or the new vocabulary, I don't know specific strategy, and it is I am able for to be lost, and this feeling it's bad for my mind, and I am lost in my sentence and bullshit. Sorry, and so I have practicing my breath when I said before, and for make it it's so important. Take it out my cacoetes in Portuguese. I don't know the word in English, and I say when I thinking. It's just a lot of problem for speaking and sounds bad for other people's for others people's. Um, but yeah, it's a mental que I need can be better and practice my breath too. In this case, when I said,
Yes, I know this feeling, you know, like when you get in a difficult conversation, you get without words and you start like, I don't know, you know, things like this. And it's really hard, you know, because the other person is putting so much pressure on you and you are like, oh, I can't think anymore, I lost all the words, you know. And well, man, this is really, really hard, really hard. And let's go with you, Larissa. You said you try to keep your normal voice, you try to think a lot before talking. What are the advantages? Does it work for you? Was there any case that didn't work? Tell me.
I think the importance of thinking about the conversation before um, is um, stay prepared for this situation and thinking about the arguments. But sometimes I feel so nervous that I forgot the the argument. So it happens, unfortunately, because I am a calm person and I don't like to fight, you know. So for me, it's really difficult.
All right, nice, nice. Well, let's go to the next one. It's question number 4. It's a kind of personal. If you don't want to answer, just say skip. Okay, there's no problem. And if you want to make up a history, there's no problem. Just make up a history. The main goal here is to speak in English. All right, but what are think of a difficult conversation you're having right now in your life or in a recent month or things like that. What was going on? How did you deal with the situation? I'm going to talk about myself, for example. I have a grandmother and she got really sick, you know, and I have a lot of uncles and aunts, but they didn't want to support my grandmother, you know. So me and other cousins of mine, we had to make like a family meeting and talk. Oh, you need to help our grandmother, you know, everybody needs to contribute. And it's really hard, you know, because everybody's adult and you need to like to come on guys, you need to do your part, you know. It's kind of hard to do that, but I believe it went well and everybody was really cooperative, you know, And I believe that if we didn't talk, we wouldn't get this result, you know. But as we try to gather the family together and try to speak with everybody, it was a good outcome. What about you guys? Did you face any difficult conversation in the recent months or days? How did you deal with this situation? Let's go with you, Larissa, please, if you have some situation like this.
I have one situation on my job because I don't know how can I say, but I'm not I don't have carteira assinada, you know.
Yes.
Work for myself, but into a company, you know.
Yes.
I am autónoma. I don't know how can I say,
Yes.
but and I need to. Oh my God, I forgot. I'm so tired today.
Say in
I
Portuguese,
forgot.
maybe you can help
I forgot even in Portuguese. I need to.
I don't know to
I try to explain. I need to. Oh my God, I forgot the words. Um, I need to talk with my boss about my
yes.
salary because I I need to earn more than now,
Okay.
and I need to talk and need um to argument with him. So it's really difficult.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, it's a terrible situation, but I need to do this.
And you talked with him already, or you're waiting for something?
Yes, I am talking in November, but my contract is almost over, and I need to do another one in
Yes.
May or June. I don't know, but I need a new salary. Not the same.
Yes, asking for a raise is really hard, you know. You need to give arguments and you need to say,
Yeah,
oh, I need to earn more because I do this and that and that. What do you do, Larissa? I'm sorry, I forgot.
I'm an architect.
An architect. Okay, really nice, really nice. Well, this is a good example of a hard conversation, you know, and you need to have the right argument. You cannot say like, I forgot, you know, it's really hard. Let's go with you, my friend Newton. Go ahead. Did you have any difficult situations in a recent time?
Uh, I uh, I remember um, I was in a very confused situation in the church. I was a auxiliary. I don't know if that is the right word. Pastor. One time we have two preachers in one day. Two
Right.
preachers, but the president invite one of them because he was confused about the date. And
Oh,
in the and in the day the this service church, I I talk I talk to the the preacher that was invited by the president. He was not in that day. I said to him, "Oh, you preach today because you was invited by the president." But this preacher said to me, "No, I'm not very good. I'm not very good. I'm with a flu, a terrible flu." So told to another priest to preach that night. But
yes.
uh, um, another day, the president was very angry with me. Oh,
Ah, I got it.
My preacher that I invite, I try to explain to him in the moment, but um, he said that is not very good in health, with health. So he said no. He said that for the situation not be terrible in the moment. But I said that's not my intention to another. And he understood the situation, but it was very difficult in the moment. This, but he understood in the final.
All right. Did you understand his problem, guys? It's like he was in the church, and then the president invited one preacher. But at the day, because of a confusion of dates, two preachers arrived, you know, and one of that was invited said, "Oh, I cannot go because I have a flu." But he said that because of the situation, because there were two preachers at the same time. And then the president got confused and said, "Oh, you said to the other preacher to do the thing in the church, you know." So yes, we sometimes we get into confusions like this, you know, Newton, and it's hard to explain. But I think you did well. You did well. Let's go with you guys. I don't know, Gabriel. Do you have any hard conversation you had in the recent times or days or months? I don't know.
Yeah, of course. In my case, bringing it for my English environment, there is one situation when I'm afraid a lot for, and then I am struggling for myself with myself. Uh, when when I can speak in for peoples abroad, it is I am feeling I'm my feelings it is so good in parts, but in the another part it is my fears speaking right. I am so afraid, and in this moment my sentence not building in my mind, and it's so hard for me. But when I can speak in for one person in America with American person, for example, it's okay. But when I can choose speaking um, for many persons, the several persons, with several persons, when I am able for to speak it then, yeah, but it is so difficult and so hard for speak yet. Um, I am able for doing it, but it is so hard, and in this moment in my conversation it is sounds bad, and I nowadays I have been struggling myself.
All right, all right. Yes, it's like a lot of pressure, you know. When you're talking just with one person, it's like okay, it's with this person. But when there are a lot of people for you to talk, you get a little bit scared. You think, oh, are they going to understand me? Are they going to judge me for something that I say? But well, it's I believe that it goes away or at least diminishes when you practice a lot, you know. So keep coming to TNT conversations, and I believe that you improve this, and well, you're not get so nervous, and well, that's how it's done, you know. And let's go with you, Marcio. Did you have any difficult conversation in the recent days, months? Tell me, can you talk about it?
So, in my case, I have a difficult conversation. In my situation, I'm married during the 20 years. Sometimes I have difficult conversation. But I don't comment about Mariette because it's Larissa soon. Wade,
Fair enough.
Wade. I comment about another difficult situation in my life. I have my son
Yes.
for 14 years. Sometimes I need to have a difficult conversation with him because I need teaching him about several subjects in the world. But I need per respect because I'm a father. Several times I need to speak loud with him because this age is very, very complicated with this phase in your life. But I said another question. I'm a person patient. I like conversation slowly. Everything resolved.
Okay, nice. Newton was laughing. Newton, did you have difficult conversations with your kids too?
Yeah. Man, now my old son is 4 years old,
All
but I
right.
remember when he was 14 years. Oh my God, it was very, very.
Okay, it happens. Okay, yes. Everybody, when is a teenager, gets a little bit. I don't know I don't know how to say rebelde in English, but we get a little bit like that, and it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Uh,
You need control this
yes.
situation because rebelde another phase. Nowadays, you need, I forgot, acompanhar several times every day because in my case, I see I need difficult conversation. I calm my son oh, conversation vamos lá.
Okay, really nice, really nice. Guys, we have 8 minutes. I think we have time for one more question, okay? I'm going straight to question number 5. What upsets you the most in a difficult conversation? Let's take, for example, my opinion. I really hate when someone starts yelling at me, like, hey, you there. I really hate that, I can be calm, but when the person starts to raise her voice, I get, oh, come on, you cannot do that. So I really hate this situation. What about you, Gabriel? What do you hate in a difficult conversation?
Okay, I appreciate, I have empathy in the most times,
Yes.
and I appreciate this way. Uh, when I don't like you or I like it too, in the upsets for myself, obvious, it is depends for limits, but in general, I have empathy and I am empathy person. So when there is a pass limit, I think
Pass the limits, all right.
when I pass limit, I am able for say it and for with new empathy phrase, but it's okay. But it is my reaction for my personality.
Okay, you don't like when the person pass the limits, all right? And what about you, Marshall? What upsets you the most? Like you hate when this thing happen in a difficult conversation. Tell me.
So in my case, two situations is upset myself. One, speak loud.
Yeah.
I forgot odeio. I forgot.
To hate.
To hate, speak loud, this situation for me, the bad. Another situation,
Repetition.
repetition, the subject, repetition, the subject, repetition, the subject, not continuous the conversation. These two situations for me upset myself.
Yes, it's really hard. You're talking to someone and the person continue giving the same argument, But you did that, you did that, you did that, It's really hard, this repetition. And what about you, Larissa? What upsets you the most in a difficult conversation?
I don't like when the another person listen to me and they don't let me talk or don't pay attention. With me, it's really bad.
Yes, it's really hard, You are talking in a hard conversation, like a discussion, and the other person do not let you talk, It's like, come on, it's my turn. Let me talk, all right? Really nice, Larissa. And what about you, Newton? What upsets you the most?
In my case, offensive words, I think that it's very, very difficult, very, very difficult to offensive words. Some person when is in a discussion, they don't talk in a education. I don't know education. They offend some other. I think it's very, very difficult. I hate a lot.
When they use offensive words, when they curse. Yes, I really don't like that either. And well, it always happens during discussions. Okay, guys, so that's it. We have a few more questions, but unfortunately, we do not have a lot of time. I'm going to send one link here on the chat. This link is about our survey, all right? I really would like if you could go to this survey and give your feedback if you liked the meeting, if you didn't like, if you have suggestions about other questions, other topics. Please, this is the way we can improve our conversation. We can bring in interesting topics to talk about. And I believe that's it for tonight. But I'd like to ask to you, Marcio, what did you think about the conversation? Was it interesting? Did you like? You didn't like? Go ahead.
So for me, I like this conversation. I like participating with your meeting because this meeting I like it because it is I forgot divertida this meeting. I'll be great. Thank you, Solon. Another friend.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. What about you, Gabriel? Did you enjoy the conversation? Did you like the topic? Tell me.
Yeah, this conversation was great. I love this topic. This topic is just a common topic for us, and I like it so much.
Okay,
Congratulations.
very nice, very nice. What about you, Newton?
Oh, I loved because this conversation is about the things of life. In my opinion, the immersion is that form with the things, normal things in life. I think it's very, very good to improve our conversation.
Okay, thank you very much. And you, Larissa, did you enjoy the topic?
Yes, I really enjoy it, and I wouldn't like to fight with you guys because you have a great arguments and great strategy. So
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Thank you very much, guys. I know it's hard to come here at night to speak in English about a topic you don't really know about. Even in Portuguese, it's kind of hard. So I really appreciate you coming here. And remember, if you want to have more information like this, you just need to go to talkandtalk.com, talkandtalk.com.br, and there you can find more information. Okay. So please don't forget to send some suggestions on our feedback. And that's it for tonight, guys. I hope to see you next week. And thank you very much. All right. See you
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye bye.